Now, I think by now it's pretty obvious that if you have mature skin, that doesn't necessarily mean we're only talking about people in their 50s, 60s, or 70s or above. It does mean heading into your 40s too, because even though I'm in my 40s, I would still class my skin as mature skin. And I feel like there's this kind of stigma attached to the phrase mature skin because people just assume you've got to be really old, and people just assume that you're talking about deep wrinkles and they're like, oh, I don't have that. I don't have mature skin. But if you are in your 40s, your skin has already started maturing. So you would still class that as mature skin. What I'm going to be going through today are products that I think are perfect for anyone who is from their 40s onwards. And that's what we're classing as mature skin. Because like I mentioned, it doesn't just mean you have to have wrinkles and deep kind of folds in your skin. It's about your skin changing, becoming slightly more drier, slightly more dehydrated, your fine lines becoming tiny bit deeper, maybe not even like really deep, but you're still, that's still classed as like maturing skin. And also dealing with like products clinging to texture and dryness and fine lines and everything, and accentuating texture that you don't need it to. What I'm going to be going through today are all the best cream products for anyone in their 40s and beyond. I feel like that came out really weird, but 40s and beyond. So let's get started with the first product. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is a product that I absolutely love for maturing skin because it's something that I feel like needs to be used in the right way. So I'm just letting you know, this isn't something that I would say put all over your face and then that's it, because all that's going to do is actually enhance things that you don't want it to. But what I would say is this is a great product to apply either on specific areas or all over underneath your foundation, because it's the type of thing that gives an almost kind of just magical glow and lit from within kind of glow I'm talking about, filter underneath your like foundation. So on top of your foundation, it's okay if you apply it to certain areas, like sometimes I apply it to the peaks of the cheekbones, but I actually feel like this works so well when you apply it underneath your foundation. It just brings your foundation to life. It kind of allows your foundation to make the most of your skin. So this is one product that I would highly, highly recommend. I would say you can go for a slightly lighter shade if you want it to be illuminating, and a slightly deeper shade if you want it to be kind of bronzing. I personally prefer shade 6 for myself, which is more bronzing. Now and again, I'll use 5 if maybe I want more of a kind of like more of that kind of radiance as opposed to that bronzing look. So this is one product I'm absolutely loving. Like I said, apply it all over underneath your foundation, let it dry a little bit, and then go in with your foundation, and you're going to absolutely love the finish. The next one that I love for maturing skin is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. Now, some of you have also said to me, can I please show it on screen, like the product when I'm holding it and stuff? I don't know if you mean like when I'm using it or what. I thought I was already doing it, but if I wasn't, I apologize. But yeah, that's why I'm like kind of like this one right here in my hand. So Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. This is a natural dewy. They do have another one which is the blurred matte, and I actually feel like the colors do differ. I feel like even though they both say 3W Palomino, which is my shade, I do feel like the blurred matte version tends to be a little bit deeper than the natural dewy for some reason, which is really weird. But I really do love this as a cream formula because it doesn't cling on to dry patches. It gives you a really good amount of coverage, and the fact that it's a tinted moisturizer, it's actually not overly fluid. Like you apply it to your hand and it's like a thick cream, but when I say thick, I'm talking about the texture, not the coverage, right? So it's a really nice light to medium coverage, and I feel like this is one of the best tinted moisturizers around. When I discovered this, it wasn't necessarily when it first came out. Like I feel like I discovered it quite late in the day, but obviously at the right time for me and my skin, as my skin was maturing. But I feel like this has been a game changer for me because it's amazing for the days, which tend to be quite a few of those days, by the way, when I don't really have the mental capacity to think about putting makeup on, or I've got a busy day, there's a lot of errands, or I just need something to make me look, polished, then I would use something like this. And it's been a game changer for me because at least I know it's giving me SPF, like SPF 30, which is also good. So I apply that on top of my general SPF. So that doesn't double it up, but it does kind of make sure that, just in case I've missed any areas, it covers like all bases for me. But also I love the fact that it is also hydrating for my skin while I've got it on, and it's not cakey and it still lets my skin breathe. I actually think it's a really good product to allow my skin to be the best version of itself, because I can still see my skin coming through it. Now, another creamy, all these are kind of cream liquid products. They're not necessarily just like thick cream products. But the next one that I want to share is my ultimate favorite at the moment. I absolutely love this. I've actually got it on right now. It is a game changer. They should have said this when it came to the branding, but I actually totally understand them not saying it because otherwise they're going to completely cut out a whole sector of the market in terms of consumers. But this is the Hourglass Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation. It's an SPF 30 foundation with a light to medium coverage. It literally is made for anyone in their 40s and above. You are going to absolutely love this. This foundation is amazing. I cannot get over the amazing coverage and the ability it has to let your skin look like skin, but the best possible version I think I've ever seen with a foundation. So it's something I would highly recommend. I have tried this and kept it on all day and it still looks really, really good. Again, a lot of the way a foundation looks later in the day has a lot to do with how you've prepped your skin underneath and how you've set it on top. So bear that in mind. It isn't always down to the foundation. So this is another product I would highly recommend because it actually does improve your skin over time as well. And helps to smooth out your fine lines too. So my shade is number 10 in that, by the way, which is what I've got on. Another product I'm loving, which is another one that I've actually got on at the moment, is the Tarte Macaroon Blush and Glow Duo in Toasted Coconut. The reason I like this is because there's a cream side to it, but then there's also a powder side. But I just want to add here that this powder side doesn't even, I wouldn't even class this as powder. It almost feels like a buttery velvet, just block of butter. Right? It's so smoothing on the skin, but it gives you this glow, which is amazing. So what I did was I applied the cream on top of my foundation before I set it, and I buffed it in with my Hourglass 15 brush, and then I got a different Hourglass 15 brush that didn't have any cream product on there, and then I got this and went over it, and it gives this really nice glow. And I do really love this. I feel like it's such a nice color as well. It's Toasted Coconut. And yeah, it's something that I think you're going to love because I do feel like it's a really nice, like I would use both of them like I have done today. Like sometimes you get these duo products and you only use one side of it, but I would 100% use them both. They're so good. Now, another product which I love for maturing skin is the Herborian CC Cream. Now, this is SPF 30, so again, you've got good protection with this. It's a very hydrating product. It's a light coverage product, so you don't get you don't get a lot of coverage with this, but it's perfect if you want ultra light coverage. It's very good if you have sensitive skin. It's a Korean formula, and it is great if you have kind of like, if you deal with a lot of redness, if you have acne, if you break out very easily, sensitive skin, I would say this is a game changer for you because this is very soothing on the skin. Now, what happens is you actually apply this. The actual product is white. So I don't know if we can get this here. It's white, right? So let me just show you on my hand. Right, if I put this on, you can see that's white, right? Now, if I blend this, it's actually adapted to my skin color and it's evened out my entire hand. It's crazy. And oh, let me show you this. I've got a tissue here, right? So I put this on like this. Can you see that? Can you see that? Let me hold this. Can you see that? It's crazy. It just goes out on white, but it actually matches your skin color. So you do need to get the right shade. There's only a few to choose from, but yeah, I really love it because I feel like it's a really good option for when you are dealing with angry skin. I think that's the best way to put it. If you are ever dealing with angry skin, that is the product I would use if you want a little bit of coverage, but you still want to kind of look after your skin and not aggravate it. It's a really amazing product for that. Herborian are actually a really, really good brand, and I don't feel like they get enough hype for the products they have because they're actually so good. Another formula I have here is my Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize cream eyeshadow. This is a cream product and it's an eyeshadow product that I would recommend for anyone in their 40s or above because I would say this is one of the best cream eyeshadows ever. It blends in really nicely and it doesn't dry too quickly that you can't blend it. It gives you like the perfect amount of time for blending. But then if you leave it, it dries really nicely. It doesn't crease, but again, I would say to you, you need to make sure that if you've put it all over your lid, you've got to make sure you keep your eyes closed for it to dry properly. Don't just apply it and then start blinking and doing your facial expressions thinking, oh, this is like not going to crease, because it will if it's still wet. Any product will crease if it's still fluid. Just remember that about this. But I would say it definitely is one of the best cream eyeshadows for maturing skin. It is really great on crepey eyelids as well. So just an FYI. I just want to add actually a couple of concealers that are cream formulas that I really, really love for maturing skin. One I would say is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. I feel like it's a really good creamy formula that gives you amazing coverage. So if you want extra coverage and you're in your 40s, that's the type of concealer I would go for because it's not drying on the skin. But another one I would say is very, very good is the Armani Luminous Silk concealer. I feel like it's a really good kind of medium to full coverage concealer. It all depends on how you layer it, obviously. I would always apply it, but then let it sit for about 30 seconds so it can thicken up and then blend it in so that you can actually get more coverage with less product. But I really like that concealer for maturing skin because I feel like it's hydrating, it's creamy, it's like thick enough that you get the coverage, but also not thick enough that it's heavy, you know. The Hourglass can be a bit heavy if you apply too much, so I feel like you need to be very sparing with your application with that. But those are the two concealers I would highly recommend to anyone in their 40s and above. Now, another couple of products I want to mention is if you prefer a matte finish to your blush, I would highly recommend the Dior Forever Soft Filter Blush because I feel like it's great for mature skin and it doesn't give you a glow. It's more of this kind of like soft matte finish to the skin. So if you don't want anything that's too glowy, sometimes when you apply cream blush, it's immediately glowy and not everyone wants that look, then I would highly recommend going for this. It buffs in really nicely into the skin, but you can, I would say, use like either the Hourglass 15 brush or the back of a beauty blender or a damp beauty blender to really buff it into the skin. I feel like not enough people use beauty blenders to apply blush, cream blush. It's actually a game changer and I think you might actually love it. I said actually there a lot, but yeah, that's another product that I absolutely love, which is a cream formula. Now, if you're looking for something to really sculpt and bronze with, this is an absolutely amazing formula. I feel like I've said absolutely as well so many times. But this is a great formula. By the way, very quickly, do like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so you don't miss my next video. Head on over to thebeautybreakfastclub.com. Loads of stuff on there to do with beauty, wellness, mindset, fashion. And there's an over 40s club section there. You're going to love it. Everything to do with over 40s when it comes to beauty, style, everything. Free to subscribe, gives you access to about one newsletter every 8 to 10 days. But if you go for the paid version, it's going to cost you the same as getting yourself one coffee a month, but it unlocks the entire site. So you have literally so much on there to catch up on. Plus you get to join the group chat on the platform, which means you join this amazing community of like-minded people who we all love beauty, wellness, fashion, everything like that. And you get to ask me some questions directly and I'll answer them directly. So anyway, moving on to this favorite. My next one is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow Bronzer. I use the shade 3 Tan. This is an amazing product if you want that nice sculpt and bronze. I just want to add that even though it says like sun-kissed glow, I don't feel like you get like a proper glow with this, so don't be afraid of that, because I feel like when you use a bronzer or something for sculpting, you don't really want a glow because then it's not really sculpting. Do you see what I mean? Because, you know, sculpting is when you are obviously sculpting, giving the illusion of some like a different type of shape to the face. And anything that is too glowy when it comes to that is not really gonna help with the definition aspect of it. So I just want to add that's not actually overly glowy or anything. But yeah, there you go. Those are my favorite cream products for mature skin for anyone in their 40s and above. I wanted to make it really simple and just kind of break down some key products that really stand out for me when it comes to anyone in their 40s and above with mature skin, because not all concealers work for mature skin, not all foundations work for mature skin. So even though I use Tarte Shape Tape a lot, it works well for me, but I just want to add that the products that I have mentioned in this video would work for anyone, because not everyone within the mature category, right, can get away with using Tarte Shape Tape. Not everyone can get away with using a specific foundation. So that's why with these products, I've listed them because they will work for anyone who has mature skin, anyone in their 40s and above. So that's why you won't see some products that I actually do use, because just because I'm able to use Tarte Shape Tape doesn't mean it's going to suit all mature skin types. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this and hope it's been informative. Don't forget everything is listed in the description. And yeah, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell button, and I'll see you on the next one.